Greetings. This video has been created to assist you in using the Fireftp browser or plugin with the Firefox browser in order to be able to FTP your files from your local computer to the Duke Tip web server. FTP means File Transfer Protocol. So what you're doing is taking images off, or not just images, but your HTML files, anything else you may have that exists in your website or web pages, moving them from your computer, which is called local, and then moving it to the actual server. So beginning with checking to see if you have the Fireftp plugin or not, you're going to click Open Menu, and then you're going to go to Developer, and you're going to look for Fireftp. If you don't have it, the quickest thing to do is to Google Fireftp, and you should see it here. You want to choose Fireftp add-ons for Firefox. Okay, and then you would click Add to Firefox. You would install it, and then you would be prompted to restart your browser. Okay, so as my browser restarts, I want to say not enough for that. I'm going to check to see now, again under Developer. Now I have Fireftp. I had it anyway, but it's because I had installed it previously. Okay, so you can click on Fireftp. Now you probably, if you're just starting, you probably don't even see this information or only see just this. This is what you call local. On the local side is what your computer has. So if you look, you have your desktop and your documents and your downloads. So if you actually clicked on it, all the files that you see are just the files that are located on your actual computer. I am going to try to use one person's files just to make sure that I have something to demonstrate. Okay, and I want to put all of this stuff inside of my documents folder so we'll be prepared. If your work is on a flash drive, you could also use a flash drive. That would also be an option if you browsed. Your desktop, your documents, anywhere where you are able to save work and access it. On the right side is the actual space where the server information will appear. But before you can actually see anything on that side, you have to create an account. So I'm going to click Create an Account, and you're going to type in an account name, and you can call it Tip. If you leave it blank, it's going to default to whatever you put in as a host. But the host is going to be Tip, and should all lowercase, Tip web class dot collab, and I said to make sure you understand me, collab.duke.edu. That's your host. Your ID, login, and password have been emailed to you, so you want to put in mine. If I can remember. Okay, the next, don't click OK yet. You want to next click on connection. You want the security to say SFTP, and if you guessed it, yes, S means secure. You're going to click on Advanced tab. That's all you need to do in the previous one. And then you're going to type in the host name here again, all lowercase. And this is just to ensure that you connect correctly. Okay, so now that you've done everything you needed to do in main, put your account name, host, login, and password. Your connection should say security, SFTP. That's the only thing you change under this tab. Then advanced will be where you type in the host name again. We're going to click OK. And I have to choose another name because I've already had one that said Tip. So yours can say Tip. I'm going to say Tip 2. And press OK. And you may get a message that says, actually, let me back up a little section, or a second for 1 second. Now you notice that the actual name of your account appears in the box, right? So you should, if it doesn't, then you should see it in the drop-down menu, and you should be able to click, select the name of it, and then click Connect. And you'll look in your box on the lower left side, and it'll let you know whether or not your credentials have passed. If they have, then it should say OK. And for the first time that you log in, you may get a dialog box that says you want to check the registry key, you want to make sure everything's secure and that you actually trust the server. You want to say yes. And then you'll now see that the server folders are on the right side of your screen. Okay, so let's talk about how to move them over. Notice you have the green arrow to the left. That's for downloading files, something that's on the server. Maybe I want to download it to my computer, make changes, and then upload it again. Okay, but at the beginning, all you're going to use is upload. First, I want to determine where my files are going to move from my computer to the server. You're going to click on Home, and then you will find your folder. So I'm going to look for mine. There it is, it says Smith. Yours should match your username. Okay, so I'm going to say Smith. I'm going to double click. Inside of your folder, you'll notice you have another folder, and I shouldn't have had these here. These actually need to be deleted out because they don't go in that spot. I'm going to delete that one as well. The only thing that should be in your folder, immediately under your main folder, is public_HTML. You're going to double click here because that's your root folder, meaning that's where all of your pages go, all the information for your website. And here's where you're going to upload. So this is the folder I'm in. You want to check. The last folder should say public_HTML. So now I'm going to select what files I actually want to upload. I click on the location of them. I'm going to delete these because I actually have one that I'm going to try. And I'm going to upload the index. Click here for the index, and then I move my arrow to the right. And now it's gone from my computer to the server. Okay. Now how do I retrieve it? Now once it's there, it's there. But how do I access my files? I could right click on it and then open with and add programs or view on the web. Okay. But this doesn't work exactly right. Why? Because there's a special way that you have to access your web page. You're going to type in your host, which is tipwebclass.collab.duke.edu, and then you're going to do the tilde mark, your username, / and then the name of your home page, which should be index or sites.html. And this one is the one that the Simple Students page. Okay. And if I click on her other links, they don't find anything because I haven't uploaded those files yet. But the main page, you can see, is being viewed in the actual browser window. Hopefully this helps you understand how to use Fireftp and how to get your files from your local computer or from your computer, whether that's the desktop, documents, or flash drive, onto the actual server.